help, my staff just won't do what I tell them to. I hear that all the time from small business owners who have 3 to 10 staff and don't really have that management layer there to help them. G'day, Business Coach Kiz here, and I just want to see you win. I have nothing to sell you. Today we are talking about staff, specifically getting them set up the right way so they do what you want them to, and so they help build the business so they're good at what they do. And I'm going to show you how. Now, too often I hear they won't do what I tell them to. Too often we as business owners blame our staff's poor performance on them. We tell them how we want things and they don't keep up. They say they always forget to do X, Y, and Z. They might always show up late no matter how much you tell them to be early. You keep telling them X, Y, and Z, but they just won't listen. And then they are great at maybe the main service with the clients, but they're bad at, A, B, C. Today we're going to go over that, and I wish that we could blame them. I do. It would be easier that way. It would have saved me a lot of headaches having to not deal with this part of the business and just be like, yep, they're shit, get rid of them. But we need them. And good help is hard to come by. And that's why we want to keep them, especially if they start out good and then they don't turn out to be that good. And it could be because of us. So today I'm going to go over the 3 opportunities to essentially create a great worker who builds the business with you. Let's go over that straight away. All right, so it all starts with the hiring process, yeah? They apply for the job, you do an interview, ask the standard questions, and if you like them or they have experience, they are hired. This is the process that most Aussie business owners follow. And it sucks, yeah? During the first, hold on, just readjusting. Yep, look at it, follow me. During the first interactions with a potential hire, you shouldn't just be interviewing them, but rather outlining the values, expectations, and working conditions of the business to set them up for success. You will know relatively quickly if they are the type of person you want around, and also relatively quickly if they have the experience. So the rest of the interview process should be preparing them for what it's like to be with you. So let's go over that. All right. Number 1 is starting off with the mission and values of the business. So as you can see here, one of the things that we do with our hires and we've done in all our meetings is to outline our values as a business. So one of them is to lead with positivity, guide, support, and challenge one another with a gain mentality, celebrate wins of all sizes, and maintain a positive outlook no matter the obstacle. Another one is to take ownership, purposeful pursuit of excellence, and to get awesome results. And then we get our staff to rank themselves on it. So one of the things that we do in our interview process is we go over these values, and then we get the individual in front of us to honestly, this is not a test, just to see where they are, honestly rank themselves. All right, so let's talk about ownership. Take responsibility for the success of Bathurst strengthening and conditioning. Admit and solve your mistakes. Go the extra mile. Finish while you start, and blame no one. Now I'll ask the person in front of me, how would you rank yourself out of bad being minus, good being plus minus, and then plus being great? How would you rank yourself on that value? Then this then allows me to see where they're at, let them know what our expectations are, and to have a general conversation about that. Oh, I totally understand. Can we get you to plus? And then they commit. Yes, I could get to plus, right? So we do that with each value in the business. The next part is to set very clear expectations and to actually ask them. So one of the questions I like to ask in our interview process is, what is your take on punctuality? They will then tell us, we go through that discussion again, and then I outline the expectations, as you can see here. Here is what punctuality looks like in our gym, in our business. Do you agree with that? Does that sound fair enough? If they then say yes, they are committing to that from the get-go. And then to go very clear in into what the job entails, what each section of the business entails. So you can see here, part of our role is group coaching. So in our interview process, we let them know what it looks like to do good at group coaching. Positive greetings, welcome, introducing yourself, name memorizing, getting to know your members' clients, positive class presence, preparation, warm-up, explanation, managing class environment, packing away, coaching. Now, we don't go into too much detail here, but just enough so they know, right, what it's like. And then you can have that conversation. You need to have that ready for them in the interview process, because then they are essentially buying into your values, expectations, and the job with no miscommunication. You then put all that into your employment agreement or your job offer, they sign, and you're good to go. And then this is the next step, and it's onboarding. Cool. This is the most important part, well, the second most important part of the first most important part is obviously the hiring process. This is the second most important part of the life cycle of your staff, right? So you need a plan for your onboarding with them. Now, I can't tell you the plan. You need to come up with it. For us, we had a 6-week or 8-week coaching development plus advanced staff onboarding process, as you can see here. And we mapped all that out. You can see down what the first 2 weeks are like, what the second 2 weeks are like, what the last 2 weeks are like, etc. And we have a huge, massive document that we take them through with a weekly meeting. Now, if you want to know exactly what we do or what I recommend, you can send me a message and ask, or join my future program called Build by Small Business Accelerator. But for now, you need to come up with a plan. Yeah, shadowing while on the job is not enough. It needs to be a weekly meeting to go through everything, to also reiterate the values, expectations in each part of the job. There needs to be a plan to teach them each part of the business, as you can see here, right? Weekly meeting, first 2 weeks, client success minute, second 2 weeks, sales, etc., etc. Now, let's see, can I just here we go. Cool. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Now, once you have the plan laid out, what's very important is getting them into your team meeting structure, optimizing your one-on-one meeting with them, and then also outlining what comms looks like. So for us, right, is we have a channel called Slack. And you can see here, we've outlined the rules. Messaging hours, only send messages between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Use a schedule feature if needed. Weekends are off. That's how they communicate with us. Daily check. They need to check Slack once a day, even if they're not on, just to catch any important messages. And they need to then acknowledge that. Notifications. There's no need to keep notifications on. Cool? Direct messages. Reply to DMs within 48 hours or let the sender know when you will respond. And that's to other members of the team. And then here, 5 messages from me and then my GM, Sophie. Respond as soon as you see it during work hours or make a plan based on the message's importance. Yeah, and if you're out of work, then reply within 48 hours. And you can see that outlining the communication standards shows them how to succeed with you as a member of your team. And then the next piece is education. Educating them over the next 8 weeks on how to be an integral part of your business, how to ascend in your business, right? What their shifts are like, what their meetings are like, what each part of the business looks like. So you can even see here, morning arrival, park away from door, place flag outside, turn every light on. Yeah? Where to place the flag. And then education in terms of the key parts of whether you are a physiotherapist, whether you're a yoga studio, whether you you run a flower shop. There are parts of your business that obviously need education on. And you can see here that part of ours is programming. So in our 8-week onboarding, we are actively making them better at their job by going through these key things that matter. So for us, time and attention, rest periods, individuality, etc. etc. Now that's staff onboarding. So once you have staff onboarding and the interview process done and nailed, you then, oh, you can see here I haven't changed the word here, but that's actually supposed to be not interview process, but just like ongoing, right? Once you have those first two things, then ongoing employment and setting up them up for success, there is what matters so much. So SOPs, checklists, and evaluation. Let's start with SOPs. Make sure that anything that they do in the gym has a very clear how to. Yeah, just showing them once and expecting them to know what to do during a busy week or when they're tired is just not cool. Yeah, you need to set them up for the success by showing them how to do everything, having it written down, and then showing them where to find that, either digitally or in your facility. So you can see here, here's a class setup. This SOP refers to how the gym should be left between classes to ensure no equipment is left lying around and the gym is immaculately set up. And then it goes into detail, boom, boom, boom. Cool? Now, on top of that is the checklist. Now, let's say something as simple as just opening your facility or conducting the first meeting or whatever it may be in your small business. I really do think that everything should have a simple, easy to follow checklist that even if you're so tired or if you're so hungover or whatever, you don't have to rely on memory. You come in, the checklist is there, and then you are set up for success. So you can see here that every single day for the last couple of years, even though my staff could do this, blindfolded, and they can do this without even looking at this. We have exactly what the opening process is every single day. So they need to park away from the door. In here, opens up a little note that tells them even more, E.g. They need to arrive 30 minutes early. We actually don't have the 30 minutes early at the moment. 30 minutes from the classes, but not unpaid. I digress. They need to turn every light on. This here shows them where the lights are in the gym. Flag outside, where to put the flag, and you can see program intent, check ACR quote, added to Instagram plus BXSC playlist on. One of the things that you'll probably notice is that every single morning on my gym's Instagram, if you were to look at it, Bathurst Strength and Conditioning, there's a quote added with a photo of a member every single morning for the last 2 years. And why is that? Because it's a part of the opening procedure. It's that simple. Cool? And we have checklists for everything: cleaning, morning preparation, afternoon closing, client check-ins, sales, onboarding, member cancellations, etc. And the list goes on. So you need to set your staff up for success and make it easy for them by showing them exactly what to do. And then the feedback system here is that if I see a not done or an NA or they haven't filled it, I can then just gently ask them, hey mate, how did you go with X yesterday? They then tell me, then I can give them, a little bit of help. And it creates that nice little loop. Okay, we're almost there. Now, the last thing is that there should be every quarter evaluations on how they are going. People, staff, love to get better at things. They love to excel at things. They love to see the path forward. And if you have staff, especially that you want career staff, you need to be showing them the way forward and how to get better and actively making them better. So you can see here we have staff evaluations. Here's a part of it. This is just a pre-class prep before our group classes at one of our gyms. We, once a quarter, watch them and then evaluate them. And if they get these, tick it off. And if they don't, we mark it and then talk to them about it. All right, so my friends, this is your little cheat sheet to creating your own system to really, really, really help your staff be the best that they can be ever. Can I write this? Best. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. Let me know how you go. Send me a DM, Business Coach Kiz. Talk to me if you need help with any of this, and I can help you. But get to work. Yeah, don't blame them. Take ownership. Peace.